There are four basic steps in planning the work. First of all, understanding demand. Now, this is based only on the value-added activities that need to be completed today. In class number 1, we talked about the difference between value-added and non-value-added activities. We only want to plan the value-added activities. What are the types of value-added activities? Well, in most accounting processes, it's going to be based on processing transactions, but then there's also serving customers, because part of accounting is dealing with your customers if they have a question or a problem. Now, some of this value-added work may be known, some may be unknown, but I'll show you how you deal with the unknown. You need to define a unit of work or a batch size. And the real definition of a batch size in lean thinking is what work must be completed before moving on to the next batch. This is the opposite of the equivalent of mass production manufacturing, where you have a lot of things going on. The smaller the batch size, the faster things flow. So in accounting processes, you can define a batch size either by specific tasks which must be completed in a certain time frame, or you can just look at specific time frames and the work that needs to get done within a specific time frame. Now that sounds like the same thing, but it's a little bit different. Capacity. How much time do we have during the day to get the work done? Now, most people think in accounting processes, well, we have 8 hours of available capacity per person. Well, that's not necessarily true, because other things go on. So it's not like all 8 hours of the day can be dedicated to completing the value-added work. So it's best to only schedule to 80% of available capacity. The other 20% is a buffer, and it's really to deal with the unexpected. There's natural variability in doing the work in accounting processes. You have to deal with problems and issues, and then there are the typical meetings and interruptions that you have to deal with in the course of a day. And that 20% is designed to sort of give you capacity to deal with that. The final step, prioritize and balance the work. So what demand can be completed in that 80% of available capacity during the day? All of other demand that might have to be done goes into what's called a backlog. The idea of the backlog is, if we don't have to deal with the unexpected and things are going smoothly and we actually have more capacity than we thought, we can just pull from that backlog and get more value-added work done. So let me show you a simple example.